Hey, great morning to y'all. I guess I was blocked going live on the computer, so I'm doing it on the phone this morning. Anyway, great morning to y'all. I hope you guys woke up grateful. I hope that you all set a high vibe. I hope that you guys are really feeling the difference of making better choices for yourself and for those that you love. I hope that you're seeing obstacles as time to get, room for growth. And I hope that you're allowing yourself to use limitations as a time to get creative. And I hope you guys are really feeling the effects of this stuff. Sorry, the humidity, my voice this morning, over the past 3 days, a lot of rain, a lot of humidity. And it's affecting my voice. So I've spoken to a couple of people about what were the biggest changes for them when I helped them. Okay? So I wanted to share that all with you this morning, all right? Because there are some things that you may not think about, but I'm going to share with you what I was told over the weekend, okay? So there's one person in particularly that I actually changed their complete life. They were on the verge of death. They were literally killing themselves, okay? And knowingly do it, they just didn't. Okay? Anyway, I intervened. And what I told that person years ago, actually about 5 years ago, they didn't believe. Okay? But today, they're feeling the effects of it. They're no longer surviving life. They're actually getting the most out of life. And now, when this person sees that I'm kind of not feeling like myself, now they're actually in a state that's so good that they can turn to me and say, hey, did you forget why I am here where I am right now because of all of the goodness that you told me about and how hard you were on me? Well, remember those things. So I had a couple of interactions this weekend where I allowed myself to discuss what was it out of what I offered that was of the biggest change for them. And I was told quite simply, because I am who I am and I wasn't easy on them. And I had been harder on them than any person in the world has ever been hard on them. But they knew that I was coming from a loving place, so that's why they accepted it. Okay? And so I asked, were the things that I said to you easy to hear? And I was told no. They were the hardest things that I've had to hear in my life. And I said, okay, so from that point, what happened? And I was told like this: the words that I speak are such truth that when it's accepted by another person, a lot of stuff stirs. Anger stirs, resentment stirs, shame, denial, guilt, all kinds of stuff stirs within a being after I've laid it out truthfully. So I said, okay, now from everything that I laid out for you, or for the changes that I, because somebody will sit there and make excuses for themselves or tell me all kinds of stuff, but I'll quickly intervene with what I feel. Now, I asked this person, how did you get over all of that, though, and make the necessary changes for yourself? And how was it that you started to believe in yourself? And this person told me it was as simple as knowing that there was somebody that believed in me. And I said, really? And yeah, it was as simple as that. Now, this person didn't believe in themselves for a very, very, very long time. Now, what it took, I guess, was for me just to believe in them. So I said, okay. So once I showed you that I believed in you, and once you asked for help and I showed you how to do things and you applied certain things, and then you wanted to learn more because you were, he was feeling the effects of what I was showing him and what I was teaching him. And what he didn't believe was possible, he started actually feeling the effects of. So he started to believe me more and more and more. But he never believed he would be able to turn his life around completely to the point where he is now, thriving. Now I said, okay, so once I showed you that I believed in you, and once you started to apply certain things in your life, what was it that was the key for you? And he said acceptance. All right? No. I spoke with another person also. And I said to her, so tell me what it is that, helped you the most. Now, what she told me was, you have to understand, Tobi, I never like what you have to say. And that's very normal. Okay, why? Because I rattle your belief systems of what you've created yourself to believe and what you created yourself to believe possible. So yes, I do that. And her again, I said to her, because like every time her and I speak or we have a session, it takes her months to recoup from that. And I'm not going to lie about that. I'm going to be very honest about that. It takes her months to be able to sometimes to come back to me, okay, after we've had a sit down, because sitting down for an hour with me is like months of therapy, okay? I can't sit there and talk with no meaning. So, and she's made a lot of changes in her life too that she thought were not possible, okay? And she believes in herself again. Now, we all have stuff in our life, but I think what's happening here is that the fundamental problem is that we have stopped believing in ourselves as a whole. Like, I know I believe in myself, but that's what today I want you to look at. Do you really firmly believe in yourself? Do you believe in what you're made of? Because you are sourced by infinite, unconditional love that loves you no matter what. So, now if you tap into that true power, which you have, do you believe in your power? That's another question. Okay? Now, when I was interacting and I help a lot of people. Why? Because I see them making terrible choices for themselves. I've done it. I have made the worst choices for myself. It's not even funny, but I've grown and I've evolved from that. You see, when you have experience without the emotional charge that's attached to it, it's wisdom. And where does that bank? It banks in your soul as wisdom. Okay? Now, after talking to these two people and realizing that the key point of all of it, the key change and where the most change came into it, was when they started to accept what I was saying. And accept that they were not what they were made to believe they were. Okay? And I can't stress this enough. And we got to accept this, because without accepting certain things, it's really hard to make changes. No matter what it is. We all see things for what we wish it would be, or what we would like it to be, or, you know, all the should-haves or could-haves or would-haves all attached to that. And you know what? It's a waste of energy to fuel any of that. Okay, as long as you're doing that stuff, you're taking away from the energy that your body needs, number one. You're taking away from your creative power, number two. You're taking away from your enjoyment of life, number three. So, no, you got to keep your head up. You got to believe in your power. You got to accept that you're governed by and sourced by an infinite, unconditional love that loves you no matter what. It starts there. Accept that. Okay? No matter what's going on in your life. Okay? Hey, Zulubi, you're itchy, I get it, but please stop. Thank you. Okay? No matter what's going on in your life, it doesn't matter. There's a power in you that can help you overcome anything. Anything. And that power is unconditional love. So, yes, we all have circumstances and situations that they're not very fun to have to go through. And while we're in the situation, we believe that it's too much, we can't handle it, we're never going to make it through it, we're not going to be able to. No, we can overcome everything and anything. Because you are possible today, and because you've been given a clean slate today, and because you have all of the wisdom of yesterday behind your back, fueling you to go forward, accept it as a brand new day and accept the power that you have within you as your creative self and get the most out of your day. Okay? See, that's in order to move on from something or to make changes great enough to feel them, we have to be accepting of things. Okay? Yes, we have to be accepting of there's a lot of not so good things going on in the world. We have to be accepting of there's not so many great choices that are being made out in the world. We have to be accepting of everything and everybody around us. But what we accept for ourselves is key. Okay? Because really it doesn't come down to any person, place, things, situations, nothing, none of that. The power that's fueling you is connected to everything else as well. Okay, and this is why you shouldn't be too worried about what's going on outside of you. Because you're already connected to it. But what really matters is what's going on inside. Okay? It really matters. And you got to take a look at that. And you got to be accepting of that. You can't resist what is happening within your own being. And you cannot wish it away, and you cannot wish it to be different. You have to make it different. But you can do that very simply. Okay? You got to be gentle on yourself. You got to be loving with yourself. Because you matter. And that's what it comes down to. You matter enough to just, hey, give yourself that time. Allow yourself to have the space, which gives you that space of the filter before any reaction, before any thought, before any idea of anything. Allow yourself to feel without the thinking attached to it that's going to produce all of whatever it is that you're producing in your thoughts. Okay? You got to think greater than how you're feeling. Okay? How do you do that? Well, you accept your situation for what it is without anything attached to it. You accept yourself for who you are. You accept the world for what it is. You accept your learning for what it is. Because life is for learning. That's why life is an experience. It's just a mere experience, and it is all for learning. Now, what you don't learn in this lifetime, I guarantee you, you'll be back to learn it. That's why you're supposed to get the most out of every day. And you're supposed to Tap into that creative power. And anytime you're faced with a limitation, say, hey, time to be creative. Anytime that there's an obstacle, say, oh, all right, room for growth. Let's do this. Let's get it done. There's learning in that. Okay? Don't shy away from anything in life. Tackle stuff head on. If you feel that you're low in energy, you feel that you don't have the answers, you feel that you don't know how you're going to get through it, hey, look to the sky. Okay? Don't ask why to another person. And don't guilt yourself or anybody around you for what's going on. Accept it. Okay? And then tap into your creative power. Because that's where all the answers are. That power, that energy of your soul, which is unconditional, infinite love, it's the source of the all-knowing. Okay? All your answers are there. Look within for that, because it's tapped into you. That's what's giving you life today. Now, that energy is always working for you, never against you. Never. Okay? You're supposed to get the most out of your experience no matter what. Right? We have been delegating our happiness and our well-being into the hands of others, into the situations and circumstances of our lives. No. Today, accept things for what they are. Take a look at them. Analyze them. Don't put any thoughts to them. Allow your heart to answer you. Okay? Now, if you don't create ideas and thoughts within your mind of anything, that leaves you in your allowance to feel. The minute that your brain starts taking over, well, guess what? You've lost the disconnection to your feeling. Okay? This is why I stressed you to try and stay within your feeling. And I myself, I'm working on it. Hey, in the life and the things that I've allowed around me and the situations and the people and hey, I'm telling you, it's very difficult for me to stay just at a neutral. Okay? But I can accept that for what that is. I understand that it's going to stay like this until I make some major changes. But that's okay. Okay? Like, this is what I want to stress with you guys. No matter what is coming at you, face it head on, see it for what it is, accept it, call into your God power, okay? Tap into that creative, infinite, unconditional love that's sourcing you and giving you life, and make it happen. Make what happen? Whatever your heart is telling you to do, not your head. Your head, you have to remember, is a storage bank of memories, which has all kinds of automatic systems that need to operate in order for you to even function throughout your experience, right? Like, you don't have to think about your breathing processes. You don't have to think about your digestive system. You don't have to think about your lymphatic systems. You don't have to think about your reproduction systems. Well, you know what I mean? Like, these are things that are happening. You don't have to think about your senses until you're feeling them. And what are our 5 senses? Those are just extra tools to enhance our experience here. Okay? Take the thought processes out, because as long as you're thinking about anything, you're taking away from the energy that your body needs to do what it's got to do. And that's why you should remain in feeling. Because when you're in feeling, it's the law of least effort. What was the first thing that was uttered? Let there be light. Be your own light. That's what you're fueled by. That light is unconditional, infinite love. be your light. You have to be. And you can't allow anybody to blow that light out, no matter what. Okay? Because this is what you're sourced by. So once you accept that, then you can use that to govern your life. But you got to accept that. And you got to take that forward with you. And you got, acceptance. It's okay. Everything is okay. No matter what we're living. Okay? It's okay. And it's meant to be, or it wouldn't be happening. And I myself, I get caught up in situations that repeat themselves over and over and over and over again. And I think that I've gotten the learning, and I think that I'm moving on. And then I get pulled back into it, and hey, there's more to learn. There's more to seek. There's more. But I have to accept things for what they are, and I take the good. I seek the good in everything. No matter how terrible the situation may be, or may seem to another, I take all of that and I will fine-tooth comb it for greatness. There is something in that mess, okay? There's got to be something in that mess that is going to be learning for me. And that's going to be the goodness that comes out of any situation. But if I'm sitting there and I'm not accepting things for what they really are, and I'm creating situations in my head, and I'm creating, all kinds of thoughts that are not healthy to anybody, never mind my own self, and I'm not accepting of change, and I'm not accepting of growth, and I'm not accepting of new ways, or a new way of life, then that leaves me very limited. And it leaves me restricted. And it leaves me in a pattern where I have to keep reliving things over and over and over again until I get it right. Because that's what happens. That's why I choose to seek the learning. Okay? That's why I have to push forward. And like I've reminded you all, when you're pushing forward, accept things for what they are. Because once with that allowance of acceptance, you're able to move forward on a path where you don't have to look back. See, we get stuck looking back because we can't accept it. That's what it is. Okay? Don't do that today. Accepting is key. And the two people that I spoke to about how I've influenced their life so much, and how were they able to come back to me only after weeks later about whatever it is that I told them. And they told me because it took them time to accept. And that was the key point for them. Once they started to accept, well, then they could feel more change and more change. So that's why I stress to you all, know your power. Be accepting of the things in your life. It doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter how bad you may think it is. That's only your opinion. It's for learning. Okay? You can get greatness out of any situation, should you seek it. And that's the truth. Okay? I wish you all greatness for your day. I wish you all amazing things. I want you guys to remember, limitations are a time to get creative. Okay? I want you to understand obstacles, they're not obstacles. Those are growing opportunities. Those are opportunities to grow and to learn and to become a better individual out of it for yourself. You're the one living in your skin. You're the one living your experience. Get the most out of it. You're fueled by an infinite, unconditional love that literally loves you no matter what. Because if there were conditions attached to that love, I tell you, I know I would have been yanked out of this situation and my experience a long time ago. I'm only learning now how to be a better being. Okay? But You can't learn and not apply it to your life. Okay? And every one of our experiences is unique. Remember that. We all have a unique signature, which is own it. That's your power. You know? Be creative. Do it. Get the most out of your day. Embrace who you are. Accept who you are. Accept the creative power in you. Accept what's sourcing your life. Accept you've been given another day. So be grateful for it. Why wouldn't you be? Right? I'm grateful to be alive again today. I'm grateful for so many things. I'm grateful to see all the change, positive change that's happening. Okay? I'm happy and I'm grateful to be a part of the change. All right? You matter just as much as I do. And I really want y'all to get it right for yourselves. Because when you do that, everything else gets better. You know? And we all have things that come our way that aren't pleasant. They really aren't. But those are the things that are building your stamina, your determination, your love. All of these hard situations that we have to live in, that we have to encounter. I think it's to really show us, hey, how much love is really needed. Infuse love into everything that you say and do. Okay? You matter. So no matter what's coming at you, respond right. Accept it for what it is. See it for what it is. Don't make excuses for it. And use that as a reason to be a little bit more loving, to be a little bit more kind. And, you know, because once you do that, you can detach from that. You don't walk away with, the shame, guilt, denial of a bad situation or reacting wrong or making somebody feel bad, no matter how they reacted. Remember, people are a reflection of their own circumstances and their own mindset. So how somebody's acting towards you or speaking towards you, that's not on you. Okay? Unless you've provoked something. But if somebody's coming at you, no matter how it is, doesn't matter, be loving. Because that's on you. Right? Let them deal with their stuff and don't interrupt their karma. Okay? And actually, okay? Just don't react. Accept things for what they are. Don't sugarcoat it for anybody. But put yourself first, okay? You matter. Simple as that. I want you guys all to have an amazing day. Get the most out of it. All right? If you guys need help with anything in particular, send me a message. Let me know what you guys' topics you want me to touch on. But today's topic is acceptance. Accept everything for what it is in your life. All right? Do that for you. Nobody else. Because seriously, without accepting stuff, you can't move on from it. And that's not what you want to do, is create a bag of regret that you're carrying. No. Nobody wants that. That's unhealthy. So accept things for what they are. Make the changes that you need to. Seek the learning in every situation. Be the best person for yourself. How do you do that? Protect your peace. Protect what's going on inside you, because you matter. Don't delegate your well-being to anybody. Don't give anybody a free pass to your energy. Don't do it. Put yourself first. Okay? I love you all. Get the most out of your days. Okay? And yeah, it's raining, but hey, don't get wet today. Feel the rain. All right? It's a wonderful thing. I'm happy I was out in the country on Friday, and I was happy to see a river that was I could always see the rocks, the riverbed. I could always see it, but this time, there's actually a river flowing there. And the fields around it are all different kind of greens. So we need this rain. Don't let it get you down. Remember, behind this rain, the sun is always shining, eh? Get the most out of it. Seek the learning. Okay? You matter. Be inspired to be the better being today for you. All right? I love you all. Peace.